Hello, welcome to OMAT. I'm glad you're here. Glad you came in. We're going to start with the 8 exercises. Actually, we're going to start with a question that I have, which is, what do you do with unwanted feelings? First of all, what is an unwanted feeling? For me, it's a feeling that I thought, I don't need or want to have this. I don't want to identify with it, like anger, loneliness, even tired. I don't want to identify with that. It feels icky to me. So what do? I used to squash it down. But what happens when I squash it down? It feels like I'm holding a beach ball underwater. And all of my focus and attention has to hold that. But eventually I lose control and it pops up. And that's what happens to my feelings. And then my feelings feel new and I don't know how to manage them. That's why I slowly practice vulnerability. Writing, I practice the vulnerability. In gratitude, that's the practice of vulnerability and allows me to practice slowly. I also recruit help. Sometimes it looks like family and friends. Sometimes it's a therapist. Sometimes it's a group of like-minded people because I don't even have to speak in that environment. I just want to be around the people who speak a certain way so that I can accept it and sit in that vulnerability. And I don't have to figure it out right now. Not everything. Usually the right size is just a bite size. That's what we can handle. So let's take a bite size, one bite at a time, getting present, digesting that this is what's happening now. And then we can go into our first exercise of vulnerability, of feelings. What do I feel like I could be grateful for today? Look around and find, yes, there are things I could be angry about, tired with, lonely feeling. But what are the feelings of gratitude that I can look for right now? Let's practice that. Looking for one piece of more right now. Let's wrap the exercise for now. Finding water. And we're wrapping the exercise, but the muscle now continues to exist and grow as we work on it, as we practice. Gratitude doesn't seem like a new thing anymore. We can, as we, like I said, exercise it, we can find it a little more naturally out in the wild. Let's keep going. Let's find our pause. Let's pause for 1 minute. Maybe that means we feel like we're slowing down, but time still moves the same. So we're practicing taking time. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find water. And we keep hydrating as a way to transition into the next exercise. That's the same way I hydrate as I transition to the rest of my day. And that keeps me hydrated. It's a practice of, oh, I'm done with something. Here's the water. I start something else. Let's go into our writing. Let's see if we can get vulnerable. What does vulnerable even mean? It means that even if I'm scared to write something down, I might still do it anyway. I might find the courage today to express myself and then rip it up so that I could feel like I'm still safe in that thought. Let's see what we can get when we look to write one or more words right now. Let's wrap what we're writing for now, and have some water. And how do we practice being vulnerable? Whatever you wrote, if you can stop the judgment on it right now, that's a practice of sitting in vulnerability, allowing it to happen, not judging it, and watch, moving to the next. We're already in this next practice. Let's stretch. If you could stand, stand. If you want to do this sitting down, if you don't want to do a sun salutation that I'm about to walk us through, do whatever, stretch. But let's move our body kind of in a way to thank our body for even being able to move. If you want to be in that mindset, do it. Another mindset, whatever you want. Let's start. Let's inhale the arms out and up. The whole time elongating, even when it's out, long, 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 up, long, long, long. And fold forward. Now you have a flat back on your way down, and then you round it when you get to be right above your feet. Your hands are dangling maybe above your feet or by your feet. And halfway lift, flatten the back, look up. Let's get into a high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back into a high plank, and then lower with your elbows near your body, lower all the way down. Once you get down, push your palms, your chest will come up, head looks up. And let's meet in down dog. Sometimes I like to bend my knees first from this position and then get the hips up right into a down dog. Then walk your feet forward towards your hands and start rolling up. Leave some time. Meet your palms above the head, exhaling down by the chest. Taking a few seconds to wrap this exercise however you want to wrap it up. What does that mean? You might want to reach for the ceiling again. If that's what feels good or that's what your body is telling you you need, go for it. Have some water. We always need water. There's always time for water. Let's get into our plank mind and our plank body. What does that mean? Here's where we discover what is our plank mind. What kind of mindset do we need to have in order to do something that's a plank? Something that uses all of our muscles. Let's use our mind, our body, working together and get up in this pose in 3, 2, 1, and up in plank right now. Now is when we're starting. Go ahead and start right now. If you haven't started, start now. We are 10 seconds in. Congratulations. And when it's hard for me, I congratulate myself every 10 seconds, every 5 seconds, every 1 second for being in this pose. That's 20 seconds. Why? Because that's sometimes how I encourage myself. How do you encourage yourself? Do you picture what happens when you keep sitting in this pose? 30 more seconds sitting. When you keep remaining in this pose, when you practice this, do you know how much you're building these muscles? For 20 more seconds, every second here counts. So let's make sure we're breathing. as deep a breath as you could possibly conjure up for the next 10 seconds here. Let's find the willingness to stay up in this pose, even though it's challenging, for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. That's what the plank feels like for today. If you were up in there for a second, 5 seconds, those muscles started warming up. They got used. Let's stretch our way back. Let's find our water. And let's find the satisfaction. Any exercise, some of these exercises, you might feel a little more willing to do. It might come naturally to you. The ones that don't, if you're still doing them, whoop, whoop, great job. It's a difficult thing to do something you don't want to do and still do it. That's great practice. Let's keep going. Let's use that practice here. Something that we're procrastinating on means we don't want to start. Let's find a way to start. How do you do that? But finding the smallest task involved in this goal. Let's look for it. Take action right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Another exercise of letting it go, no matter how it went, and having some water. Maybe you chose the quote wrong task right there. There's no wrong task in that. It's either going to go well and we're going to spend our time and it's going to do something that moves us forward, or in less than 60 seconds, we're going to figure out that me doing this task is not really useful in this context. And we learned a huge lesson. So either way, we get something, and either way, we continue moving so we can practice moving. Let's get into this exercise. Let's practice getting in connection with other people. It does take practice. Socializing takes practice. So where do you want to practice today in looking for some connection? Let's put energy into that space right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water and finding a place to understand that that's what connection feels like today. Some days it feels really great and warm and fuzzy and nice, and sometimes it feels just a little too vulnerable, just a little outside of the comfort zone. All of these feelings are feelings. They'll pass. You'll be able to manage them as we continue to use those feelings, to look at those feelings, to feel okay with having feelings. Let's keep going. Let's shake it off. And this is vulnerable too. We're moving our body. But here, let me move mine for you. Let's get a little vulnerable together. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Move your body. Move your body because you have a body to move. So whatever you are allowed and capable of moving, move it, exercise it, Maybe you'll get to keep using it. That's 10 seconds. Let's keep that energy going. Let's see if we can conjure up enough energy for this full minute. That's 20 seconds already. How are you feeling so far? Check that you're breathing. Check maybe you could find gratitude for 30 seconds that you're capable of moving in any way, capable enough to exercise those parts. What a gift. Let's keep going with that gift for 20 seconds. And if you don't want to think about it as a gift right now, take your anger out on it. Feel whatever you need to feel, whatever you want to feel for 10 more seconds. Put your energy into this movement. Put your focus into this exercise for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Check it out. Great job. It's difficult to move through these exercises. So thank you for taking OMAT today.